Hi guys, it's Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back with a Traveler's Notebook spread today. And this one is a super quick, easy, and fun Traveler's Notebook spread. So I am working in my personal Traveler's Notebook, and I have a 3x4 photo of me at the Scrap Happy reunion, just kind of creating and doing my thing. And so I have grabbed my ink road stamps that are called #A beautiful mess. And these stamps are all kind of creative phrases and icons. And so I have grabbed my ink road stamp set and a 6x6 paper pad. And that is basically all I have on my desk right now. So I have pulled out the papers that I want to use from this stamp pad. And this is an older 6x6 paper pad from Heidi Swap. And all I am doing is I am taking the phrases that I want to use and stamping them directly onto some of those pattern papers. So I'm picking out the pattern papers that have a little bit more subtle pattern. So like I'm not stamping over that big bright floral back there or that diagonal stripe, but I can stamp onto a bunch of these other pattern papers that are going to go along with it. So far I have picked, or I'm going to pick, 6 different ones. So I have one that says Artist Life. I have one that says Go Make a Mess. Draw, cut, paste everything. I am creative. #paper love, and then creative freedom. So those are the 6 that I picked out of this stamp set. But I love this stamp set because there are loads of options. So just because I chose those 6, you could create a similar look with an entirely different set of stamps off of this particular stamp set. And so if you are interested in learning more about that particular stamp set, you will definitely not be disappointed, and there is a link down in the box below. So as I finish up doing this, then I am just going to cut each of these into a rectangle. So I have all of my little phrases kind of cut into squares and rectangles. And then I'm going to go back to all my pattern paper and just create more kind of random little squares and rectangles. So I'm going to do this with all of the different patterns that I have chosen. And there is no like exact science to this. So no measuring, no being crazy about the dimensions. This is a quick and easy, super fun project. So all I need are these random shapes. So I am just sticking that paper into my trimmer and creating some squares, some rectangles, not measuring a darn thing, until I have a whole bunch of different patterns that I can use. And so what I want to do is create kind of a layered look. And so you're going to see me start to kind of layer all of these papers up together. And something I have really been enjoying lately is creating a lot of dimension just with dimensional adhesive. So it doesn't take a lot of fancy products to create a really fun layered dimensional look. So I'm just going to start layering all of my little random pieces here kind of into this left-hand side of my Traveler's Notebook. My words are escaping me today, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so I am layering them all up, knowing that I also have all of these really fun phrases that are going to kind of get layered in there as well. And I'm just trying to kind of vary the patterns a little bit, vary the sizes. There really is no exact science to this. I am just simply laying paper down on that spread. And so what I know in the back of my mind is that when I go to glue these down, I'm going to use dimensional adhesive so that I end up with 3 layers. And this is something I've talked about in a video before. So a way that you can kind of get a neat, unique dimension is to use different brands of dimensional adhesive, because the Pop Dots or the Fun Foam or whatever you choose to use comes in different heights. Or you can stack 2 together to get a different height. So I'm going to end up with 3 heights on this page. So I'm going to have pattern papers that are glued flat to the background, and that's like my base layer. And then I'm going to end up with some thin dimensional adhesive that creates kind of a middle layer. And then I use some thicker dimensional adhesive to create a layer that really pops up off the page. So there's going to be kind of 3 varied levels of dimension to all of those pattern paper scraps. And then I've carried that same pattern paper scrap look over onto decorating my photo on that right-hand side of my layout. And so I took the striped one and just cut it into a little banner right there. And then everything else is just kind of getting layered up underneath that bottom edge of my photo. So this is where you see I kind of grab those different brands and different types of dimensional adhesive so that I'm getting different layers. And then through the magic of YouTube, I have created off screen where I have glued all of those little pieces together. And so you can see when you look at it that I have like a really cool three-dimensional look just with using stamps and pattern paper. So this is a quick and easy layout, but a really fun way to add some dimension. So the last thing I went back and did is I grabbed some little puffy stickers, and these are from Ellie Studio. And I'm just adding a few of those little hearts by each of my stamped phrases. And this is definitely not a step that you would have to add. So if you want to stick with just pattern paper and stamps, you could absolutely skip this step and the layout would still look really awesome. I felt like I needed just a little bit more of something different, so that's where I'm going to go ahead and add some of these hearts. And so I'm just picking hearts that are in colors that coordinate with the pattern papers that I have decided to use on this particular layout. And that's really going to do it. So I love being able to create a really fun dimensional look with only a few supplies. So there are times when I only have a little pocket of time, or that I am traveling on the go in a hotel room somewhere, where I want to be able to create a project that is fast and easy with a limited amount of supplies, but still creates a really powerful impact. And so this is one way that you can absolutely use stamps to kind of create that multi-dimensional, really fun effect without having to use a lot of supplies. So definitely stop by and check out Ink Road Stamps. The links are down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye!